Look out.
Okay, let's kill this
Scary
bandit.
skeleton.
You know what time it is, right?
I do. Tape is rolling. Getting ready
Hold
to
on,
do live radio. Boys and girls.
Hold on, I gotta switch to the
Here
game.
we
Oh
go.
fuck, I gotta launch OBS.
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia, and no other freaking better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch with no other than the dynamic duo, Laz and
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own brand of news right here inside Trinity Avatar 5 days a week. 5 days a week.
When we feel like it. When we feel like it. 5 days a week. When we feel like it.
Right here inside Trinity Avatar and live on stream and on the in-game radio on the web for you. It is Thursday, August 23rd, 2018. We are a week out from release 57. As we mentioned yesterday, the test server is up, the QA is up, and
I am currently playing on the test server.
He's currently out there pounding the pavement looking for
I am looking for somebody special
that he's not going to find. And if you find it in the 1 hour show, I will be shocked because, well, first off,
you know what? I'm already in my sixth random or actually fourth or fifth random encounter. And I will say
you'll be going through many more, but we'll get to why and how maybe later on why he's doing this as we get to the latest news here inside Trinity Avatar.
There is no news.
There is no news. We don't know what we're talking about. You shouldn't even be watching this show because we're just two idiots who sit on a lot all day and do nothing.
That pretty much sums it up.
So, we were talking as we exited yesterday, thanks to Econdas. He was pointing out something that had been posted in the stand-up, and we'll get around to that. We've got a lot of stuff coming out. The guys and gals have been, since, I want to say Wednesday now. Yeah, Wednesday news started filtering out again, and Chris came back Monday, and he started posting stuff again, getting back to work. We have updates from Chris. We have updates from the stand-up. We've got updates from Star
early release news.
Yes, we've got updates from Star Long, and we've just got some facepalm moments. So be ready for them, folks, because we really don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. What the hell?
Where'd they come up with this crap? I don't know. I don't know how that ended up in our intro, but maybe, just maybe, it came from somewhere. But
people think we were talking. We were talking about ourselves in that intro. No, that's not what we were talking about. But anyway, where to start? Let's start with the Condis's point yesterday. And we'll just start where we would normally start, I guess. We'll start with the stand-up corner. We'll go through that. Of course, it's Thursday, so what we'll do is we'll remind you that while we do the stand-up corner, not just on Thursday, which is Thirsty Thursday, but every day you can join us in playing the NBNN drinking game when we go through the stand-up corner. And for those of you guys and gals that can play along and know the rules, please do. If you don't know the rules, every time he says the word
bugs,
I say bug, and you take a shot. Very simple.
Yep. And don't forget that the stand-up corner is where the devs sit there and say, hey, you know what? I worked on this yesterday. I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down, and eventually things get posted to the interwebs. And we get to interpret it, so you don't have to.
Like only we can. That's right.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who also have a drinking game associated with it, so...
That is true. True story, bro. True story.
That's right.
Bro. Yeah. So we do have the art department where Reed was working on decoration setup and bugs.
Bug.
Then we had Scotty working on the island weapons setup.
Island weapons.
Yes, that is like, all of their the Polynesian inspired spear and axe and other things that I can't remember.
I was thinking like, you know, defensive island weapons. Okay, never mind.
No.
Never mind.
No. I mean, this is the stuff from release 52, 53,
54.
50. I don't know. So what release are we on right now?
56.
Coming up is 57, and they're still working on the items from the release 54.
54 and 55 will be out, and that's also been noted out in the releases. They're right on cue with that stuff. They're two months behind.
Yeah, perfectly.
That's the normal schedule. I'm not going to give them.
It's not a normal schedule to be 3 months behind on
they're not 3 months
rewards.
behind.
That was always an oddball thing.
Because the telethon doesn't happen till after the release, so you're not 3 months behind. You're only 2 months behind. Your math is wrong. You've been studying too much Shroud math.
Oh, that's what. See, I've been playing around with the RNG, and it only rolls a 3.
As of release 57, we will be up to date to release 55's rewards, so we will be pretty much...
yeah. And, okay, that's kind of...
Even though there's some release 54 rewards still.
Yeah.
But you
know. Yep. So, continuing with Yield Stand-Up Corner, over in design, Sanyo working on some UZAC updates.
Gonna work.
Yeah. As well as some skies and teleporters and quests and dungeons and tutorials. Yep. And then we do have the Energy Vortex, List Rostov, working on those awesome things that will allow players to create more content and more content and more content.
I'm going to say, is Lord British here? I hear his favorite song being played. No?
No, I don't see him, but it was the one that I typed in.
Oh, okay.
Because people were like, man, why do you always play Ailstorm?
Why do you always play Stones?
And it's like, it's easy to type. Typing out /play Winches and Mead, super easy. It just rolls off the fingers.
Word on the street is you may get to hear your favorite composer play your favorite song over at SodaCon this year.
What?
Yes.
Wait. Who's going to play it at SodaCon.
Master Yolo is supposed to be performing down at the King's Feast, from what I hear. There's rumor that he may be doing said song down there. So
okay, yeah, that'll be nice. I mean, that's like when you're like he's gonna play your favorite song. It's like questing upon the poop deck. What? But no, wrong song.
Yes.
Stones. You're thinking Stones.
That's right. I don't know. Maybe he knows Master Upon the Poop Deck. Maybe he might surprise you.
Questing upon the poop deck.
Questing Master. Same difference.
A song with way too many innuendo.
Depends on what you're questing for. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over in Tick.
Well, the funny thing is that when Yolo hears play some Stones and
like yelling Freebird to the band up on any stage in any venue, right?
Yeah.
Play Stones.
Yep. Hey, and you know what I can't find right now?
What?
An overruled encounter. Oh! I see Shandy.
Oh, you bastard!
I have Shandy in my sights. No random encounter pull me in. Okay.
Now watch, he won't pull you in.
Yeah, I ran right up to him. Okay, so moving right along, we do have tech where Dr. Bob,
Little Bobby Thompson,
he's working on puzzle boxes and bugs.
Bug. I tell you what, I had a chance to play with the puzzle box on the QA last night, and cute, very, very cute, annoyingly cute. That's all I'm gonna say. And we've all played this game as a kid, and I don't know if I want to spoil it for anybody, so we'll wait until we can actually physically show it to y'all next week before we get into puzzle boxes.
Yeah, that's a lie.
But we can't show them till next week because we're not allowed to show to QA.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Unless you got a puzzle box that works on you now, which I doubt you do.
Shh. Okay, I found Shandy.
And does he have the items that we think he might have on him?
I just posted nothing. You don't see what I just did. Because I didn't do it. What was the thing that where you get the heart attack from Shandy? There, I just randomly clicked enough things. I can now do the heart attack.
Elizabeth, I'm coming.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, time to quit the QA server. I found Shandy. But then we also do have JY working on some rewards redemption. Wizard Smoke. You know what he's working on? User interface for the crown purchases. And the user interface for the health and focus where yeah, we'll go for. We'll get to it in a bit.
We'll get to that.
And bugs.
Yes.
And bugs.
Bug.
And the Release 57 post review. The Deathbringer, one and only. He's working on helm hiding. Because hiding your helm should take a precedent over the ability to take the damn thing off.
Hiding your helm should take precedent over getting stuff that the community wants.
You know what? It's like you're wearing a helm. It should be visible.
Oh, but I'm not wearing a helm.
That means that you took the damn helm.
Hold on. I'm wearing a hat.
Am I wearing a helm?
I'm wearing a hat, am I not? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Now I'm not wearing a hat. But I'm wearing a hat. No. Sorry, folks. If you don't want the hat, you take the fucking hat off.
Exactly. As well as bugs.
Bug. As
And
well
memory
as
optimization.
this was a very hot topic in the community several times.
And how many times have they sat there and
community
said
no? The Portalarium said we agree, no, but here we are.
A couple of people sat there and said, "Hey, why can't we hide our helms on our character sheet? Why can't we hide our helms on our character sheet? Why can't we hide our helms on our character sheet?" And they sat there and said, "Fuck you, we're not going to do it. Fuck you, we're not going to do it. Fuck you, we're not going to do it. Fuck you, we're not going to do it. We're not doing that. You know what? You don't want to see your helm? Take the damn thing
your
off."
helm off.
And
the
finally it
community
became
was in agreement.
finally.
on
I mean,
this.
I have not heard any requests in a very long time about helms, and now
Not a peep.
now we've got helm hiding.
Helm
It's
off,
like,
just out of nowhere. Hey, let's
Yeah,
work on stuff
it's-
that we've already said no to. The community doesn't want, but we're going to give it to you because we've got spare time. I don't know about that.
yeah,
I just don't know about that one. You know, but we'll talk about that more as we go.
yeah, and
I just don't
Burning
get
Toad working on QA builds
it.
in dungeons, in bugs,
Bug
in rewards redemption.
redemption. They need some redemption.
Yep,
Need a lot
Tassel
of
working on
redemption.
Tasselo working on. Well, hold on. I'm going to play the 6th chapter.
The 6th chapter.
Yeah, and it's probably not a loot song either.
You know, Econdas, you know, that umbrella just does not look right while you're doing that emote. I just, at least not from this angle.
What? It looks fine to me. But then we did have Tasselo working on store data audit and tech support. Over in Studio Services, Chaos working on rewards, redemption, and moderation direction, and release 57 offers and store data audit. Serafina working on bugs
Bug.
and customer service.
Wonderful. Just
Sanity testing. Back update and forums and moderation. Over in Useless Overhead, the Dippy Bird working on combat threat updates and loot updates. General business. And the Dork Star working on QA forums and the Release 57 post and the weekly update in Jira Triage. And that's what our devs said they were working on yesterday.
That's right. So, Econdas. Okay, yes, this is definitely something we were going to talk about. And as it is right now, you're on another one of them hot topics out there, which, of course, now leads to other stuff that we're going to get to.
The upcoming rune book patch.
Right. Well, no, first off...
and the Mark scroll.
First off, a lot of people don't seem to comprehend that the friends list being your teleport list actually probably makes the most sense of anything else, because as you compile this, everybody has one. Every player has to have an entry into the database to begin with, so you might as well reference a point in the database that has to exist. If you have to give a rune book to every dog and their friend, including all of our alts who want to carry copies of those rune books, each rune book is going to have 20,000 independent items on it that has to be indexed times X amount of players. It becomes ludicrous in a database to index, and that's why I believe they don't do it. Okay, very simple. It comes down to, yes, I understand you add friends, but when you create your character, your name has to go into the database. End of story. It's got to be there. It's a prerequisite. So and that's the strongest reason behind doing that, in my opinion. You know, the characters are already indexed in the database because upon character creation, it has to be there. You don't have to have a teleport location. You don't have to have, and then of course, houses.
That's
every
because
time you create a house.
If you really think about it, it's one where what are characters going to go to first and foremost. It's going to be the best hunting zones, and that's where they're going to try to go straight up to. And so part of that request for the envy, no, they can't. They're trying to actually force people to actually be more social instead of going straight from point A to point B in the best way possible and most efficient. And part of it, you have to remember, was the promise of regional economies, which still hasn't worked out the way that they have planned at all.
Yes. Now, several things. One of the reasons why Jack was making his little adventure during the early part of this show was we saw something in the release notes about our good friend Shandy Chapman, because Shandy and I and Jack used to be really close friends like this back in the day.
Yeah.
Because Shandy was very good to us because we were able to find some commodities that he would sell very, very dirt cheap, and we would just go stock up on them and mark them up and resell them. So there was a little note in there that got us curious about that. Which brings me to one of the posts down here. Now, when you start dicking around with things the way they already are and have been for the longest time, like getting rid of that economy and making the world a bit smaller by getting rid of the checkpoints and making everything, all of a sudden we get petitions like this. Polls to remove teleport scrolls in general. Okay, excuse me, people. You know,
wait, I don't have that link.
Just scroll up a little bit. It's there.
Yeah, hold on.
Just got to scroll up a wee bit.
Yep. It's not that far.
Now,
yes.
Now, this is coming from some moves and announcements that have been announced, and just wee announcements like global banking. You know, the minute you mention global banking, now we've got to redo everything in the world and get rid of it because we've got global banking. And then they want global banking on the overworld, and they want global banking in their pocket. Yes, I would like that. I would like a banker in my pocket like I have in my...
Well, you kind of do with the mobile bank that you can access on your property.
Yes, if you want to carry 20 pounds of that, or 20 stones or whatever weight with you all the way.
You're carrying your bank with you.
Yes,
you just have to have property to drop it.
Actually, I carry several bankers in my pocket, but they only really function in my player-owned town very well. I can whip one out of my pocket anywhere in my town, place it down, and access my bank. But,
I don't own one, so.
But yeah,
that's one of the things that I actually don't own, because it's like.
Actually, I picked one up from somebody in trade. He was looking to get one, so I put it up over there behind the wall. I now have bank access from my seat over on the in lot there, so I can actually just do all of the stuff without running 25 feet to the bank in front of me there. You know, it's so tough to run to the fucking bank, you know.
Hey, man.
Especially for
that's why I try to place homes near banks.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but hey, should we
real estate?
Hey, what happens when you put a watch inside of a safety deposit box at the bank?
Yeah, Jack. What happens when I put my watch in my BB&T account safe deposit box here in Florida, and I come visit you in Texas? Can I get my watch out of the safe deposit box over in BB&T over in Texas? I can do that, right?
There is that teleportation process that does exist that unifies all banks.
If I want to take my 25 handguns and my 2 shotguns, so when we go out hunting for wild boar out there, I'm just going to put them in the bank here. And when I get over out there, I can just take them out of the bank, and they'll be safely waiting for me in the bank for me to use over there in Texas, right?
Absolutely. Well, caffeine does want to remind you that it is a fantasy game.
Yes, it's magic, damn it. I understand that. But see, again, one of those things that the community had many major conversations over, banking, and Portularium was in on those discussions, and we all said, no. We all agreed that if you put a watch in this bank in this city and you drive to the next city, you shouldn't be able to get your watch out of the bank in the other city. It doesn't work like that. Now, I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys, but I've spent the last 4 years managing my stuff so that my bank is pristine clean. And I mean pristine. You will find a couple items in the bank here in Owl's Head, only because I have to. Everything else in my bank is rewards. Oh, you want to laugh. You don't even know how. Everything, literally 98% of my bank is rewards that have never been taken out of my bank.
What do you think my bank looks like?
But I also have nothing stray floating around in any other banks, okay? I've made sure to keep them all central, all located where I want them. And I've done this for the last 4 years. So for 4 years of gameplay, my time management now means
you can't say last 4 years. You go to persistence. So you've done it for over a year.
Okay. All the time.
You've done it since persistence.
I've done it before persistence. I've done it since persistence. Okay. All that time management becomes worthless. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Hey, the only thing that I actually have that's not in the bank that's in Owl's Head that's not a reward is when you pulled that vendor from Ardoris and you swapped out the vendor in Ardoris. I still haven't collected those scrolls yet. And that was what, 6 months ago?
You'll get out, yeah. One of these days you'll get
it's like,
That reminds me, I had somebody, what's his name?
Otherwise, mine is pretty much all.
Storm Silverhand just did that to me over in Oceania. He's making room for a dungeon out in Oceania. And gotta go restock a vendor out there. But comments from the guys out here, yeah, absolutely, Envy. You did have it spot on back then. I agree. And Econdis, what can I say? Yeah, it was exploited early on, and I tell you what, the exploitability, I guess, was part of the fun. I mean, if you could teleport yourself down into that sweet spot in the dungeon where you can get there where the dragon was and just right at a range of aggro.
The teleport and then mark it. Yeah.
Well, you'd already marked it to a point so that when you went in, you always knew you were
like you
right
teleport into
out
a safe
of
zone.
aggro and right in range of killing it the minute you got there.
Well,
absolutely.
Can I open up random moon gates for people to actually accidentally walk through, so that way they can get PK'd?
You mean
or griefed by monsters? Grief gates, yes.
Anyway, back to the poll here.
Are we going to bring back I must consider my sins?
Anyway,
that's awesome, Envy. Someone finally cast Ancorp. Someone cast Resurrect.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, today is Facepalm Day.
Yeah. We
because
really don't know what's going on at this point with some of these decisions, why they were made, why they're being added at such a time. Now, there's points to all
do
this.
we want to go to Chris's blog and then start going to part of the reason for lots and lots of facepalming?
Well, I wanted to get through the rest of this on the teleport scrolls. Of course, the community is speaking loud here. 75-25 respectively on this. No, I like the current system versus yes, scrap the teleports and let's move on. Okay, 75-25. I want you all to remember that. Okay, an astounding three quarters.
Shroud math is difficult, right?
2/3, because it becomes 2/3 in favor of the 1/4 who wanted it when they put it in, like these other things. So I'm just pointing out that yes, 75-25 again, non-scientific. And of course, I'm not wasting my time in that. We're still pissed off that teleport and recall scrolls and focus
Caffeine
and health
scroll
potions are drops. We are GM alchemists. That's a kick in the nads.
Yeah.
The people like us who spent our time crafting our fine craft just to have our shit appear in the world as random loot. Really, that was a kick in the nads, folks, okay? But we rolled with it.
We adapted. We didn't change our prices.
No, and we still get that price.
I know. I need to restock some vendors.
Yeah. Hell, I really hadn't been paying much attention, and I mean, it wasn't a whole lot in my normal, but I just pulled up the list for Owl's Head the other day, and I'm like, damn, I've still got like 30 orders I got sold here. I gotta stock that shit back up.
I need to really stock all the vendors. Unless he took all my slots again. But I have a solution if he took all my slots again. If he took all my slots again, what I'll do is I'll just yank the vendor off and then put him back down.
There you go.
And it's like, oops, he fell in my pocket and accidentally.
I picked him up accidentally.
Yeah, I picked him up accidentally, moved him, and
not
renamed
for nothing, pot calling kettle black, taking up slots over here, just so you know. Yeah, I don't know anybody who's done that before. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. It's like, hey, there was an open slot.
Can you feel the love? Can you see how much we like to play Screw Your Neighbor? That's right.
That's what it's really all about. Yeah. It's like, dude, you left empty slots, man.
That's right. I'm filling Jack's slots again. That's
Don't
right.
worry. Don't worry. Can't feel it. But we do have. So yeah, the funny part is, had they gone with many of the game systems from UO, I think they would be in a much better place as far as the tech.
With containers and containers, things like that. That have been the way all this time.
And to build upon those game systems, because realistically, when you start thinking of what people are looking for and the ability to not just communicate but work together, as well as engage other players, people always refer back to UO, and more specifically, not UO. I'm talking like UO second age time frame.
D2A, yes, absolutely.
Yes, and that is pre-Tremel. When
by that time the game had its polished, it had some popularity, and it was booming at that time. Now remember,
absolutely,
again,
yeah.
It took over 5 years after release for UO to catch on in popularity.
And the thing that also caused a lack of wide adoption was the fact that you did have a crap ton of griefers. I remember it's like, oh my god, it's a red, and I'm inside of Covetous in the Lich Room, and
God,
it's well, not even that, but it's like I'm in the Lich Room, and I've got like 7 liches on me, and a red just pops up and just like one hits me,
and I'm dead. That's right.
And now I'm dead, and I just lost my vanquishing silver halberd. Yeah. And I would be extremely pissed until I got it back. But it is one where you end up trying to remember that time. And the thing that was detrimental there was really the griefers. And so they've tried to remove the griefing element out of it. And then from there, but you still had community banding together to get rid of PKs and hunt down PKs and do everything else.
Indeed.
But when you think of the way that people remember playing the game, it is something where players are like, holy shit, that was so much fun. I had so much adrenaline going into those engagements. And it's like, I kind of want that. And that's where you end up with games that adopt that open PvP element, and I know Justin's going to yell at me because she absolutely loathes PvP and she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Well,
it is.
Let's talk about that a little because, and of course, I'll get to Candace's question there in a second as well.
We're just
the
going to
database
squirrel
issue
right now.
Yeah, but no. Let's talk about hiding helms, PvP. Okay, so you can hide your helm when you're not PvP, but if you're actively flagged PvP, you can't hide your helm. So let's look at this, because the most common reason cited for wanting to hide your helm is because you want to be able to be in PvP mode, be ready for a fight, but you want to present your face to people as a public presentation instead of that evil looking helm you're wearing, because you're prepared for a fight. So let's really look at the mechanics of making the helm invisible. The idea of making the helm invisible is specifically because PvPers want to be able to do it, but you're not going to allow it that way. So why in the world are we putting it in? Hello, McFly. Hello. Yeah. Can we get a face
I don't understand
palm,
it. It's
please?
like,
can we get a face
it's
palm,
called build a
please?
deck wearing certain armor, say that this deck must be using this armor, and then change decks.
I mean, yeah, the most common reason is I'm a PvPer and I want to be ready, but I want my face to be seen by that pretty young maiden who's probably a 200-pound guy named Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes. No. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of the code that you're going to put in.
Take off your helmet.
Yeah. Take off your fucking helmet. Okay. Because again, it's exactly what they want, but you're prohibiting what they want for it. The people who want it are the PvPers. Okay, and if you haven't figured
preferred
that out,
my PvPers wearing ghost robes with the orc helm. That's what they should all wear.
Thank you, Envy. They want to look cool while PvPing. You know, they want to have their shiny, smiling face out there while wearing the Death Mask of Doom, but they want you to see their pearly white teeth and their smile while they're doing it. You know, that doesn't help anybody. So again, I really don't know.
Look at all the time I spent playing around with the sliders on my face for my character creation, which, if you actually pay attention to my face, I didn't adjust any of them.
Well, Econdas, maybe you can get a message every time somebody examines you if you have an alternate function that says that you're smart enough to do so, because if you're dumb as a rock, you're not going to be able to do that.
Mom wants everybody to know that she wants to hide her helm because she doesn't like having a dickhead.
Oh, well, yeah.
Give me better looking helms and I won't want to hide them.
Well, I can sell you the Lord Marshal winged helm. It's got an open face and wings.
I don't want to look like Thor either.
Oh.
What? There's masks, there's hats, there's all sorts of skins. You can take one of them pretty bonnets and put it on your helm now, can't you?
Okay, you know me. Can you picture me in a box?
Well,
No,
hello. I don't understand why you
cloth
don't
hood.
want to wear the death mask from hell knowing you, but that's beside the point.
I wear my cloth.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. Mom, one look at Mom, man, you want to run the other way, what she's wearing, I tell you what. You put a hurting on you. And yes, don't underestimate Miss Justin. She may look pretty and sparkly in her dressed up clothes out there, but I'll tell you what, you put a whooping
she will
on
put
your
a hurt
ass.
on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Econdas, back to your other point there.
My squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to pull a Lily.
Yeah.
She's sleeping.
You were asking about the size of the database with the rusty and dirty.
Oh, you're talking about Econdas.
Yes, that's why I said Akandis. I want to get back to Akandis' question. For the most part, let me just ask, what do you do with all that? Are you hoarding it? Because I know I'm not, and I know most everybody else is taking that rusty crap and they're either scrapping it for scrap, which stacks as a single item, or they're selling it off like I'm doing these days. I bring it right over to my good friend Theo over there, and he gives me a good price on all that shit, you know?
Yeah, you know what? Envy actually has a great idea. Hell, sell a pattern to make armor sets invisible. There's actually already an armor set in game that is invisible. Make the Emperor's new clothes an actual pattern.
They're not gonna do it. Yeah.
And then from there, you can go buy it from me on Shroud Marketplace.
That's right. I've got a couple of those.
If you want to wear a helmet and not have people see it,
I got a couple of those nice crowns. The Emperor's crown. They are
Emperor's
probably the rarest
Corwin's
crown. And I've got a couple of them. So. And they're invisible. Yeah. That's right. They are invisible. Right. You want a helm you can't see? Yeah. Get the Emperor's new crown.
Yeah.
But yes, I really just big face palm on this one, people. I don't get it. The PvPers are the ones who want it. They are the small list of people who wanted it to begin with. It's been shot down by Portalarium and the community time and time again.
Yeah. And, you know what? It's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So if you whine enough about something over and over and over again, and just keep on whining about it, and whine about it, and then you let them think that you forgot about it, and then you start whining about it some more, and then they give it to you.
What? He walked down the hall and got what for us? The Emperor's new crown as a pattern, finally? Or they trashing the helmet thing?
What? What are you talking about? Wait. I'm trying to figure
Liz is yelling at me in game to scroll and read, and
in game, it's like who's looking there?
Who's looking there? I'm talking to the people out there, and
okay.
And I still don't understand what he's saying here. So can we get an interpreter to interpret this for me?
Wait, hold on. Fixed non-issue. We fixed. We changed moo. I think he was talking about some penis heads.
We should let you hide your helm in PvP. Yeah, well, again, take your fucking helm off. You know, that's the point. You know, this is see, I'm wearing a hat. If I want my hat to disappear, I have to take my fucking hat off. That's what I'm saying. You know, there is no, I make it invisible, unless, of course, magic. Yeah, but anyway, again, this is discussions that we've had, and again, Liz, probably before your time. This was very hot topics of contention back in the day, and hence why we tend to get a little pissy when we see stuff like this done after it's been debated to death, and the decision was made that it wasn't a wise decision, and then it just shows up out of nowhere. Yeah.
In order to actually do that, you would actually have to set up a better system of examining the gear that someone's actually wearing before you'd actually...
There you go. Thank you. But you can still see it on their character sheet. Well, you know what?
No, but at the same time, you have to remember that
and I'm in PvP mode, which I never do. I'm just waiting for somebody to come up so I can click on that character sheet to see. No, that's not the way it works. I can see Candace wearing his wolf hut. I can see this, who is this? Vesper's wearing his hood. Okay, if you're telling me that's not what I'm going to see, well, that's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. I can click on him and examine him. By the time I do that, I'm dead. Hello.
We also know that, which means they want you to stealth for everything. Yeah. We also know that it doesn't display the correct information for everything.
Well, that's part of another conversation that was had a while back.
Because
we weren't even supposed to see other people's health numbers, but they decided to go with that as well. You know, so I don't know about.
Yeah.
Other things. Now, we'll talk about the world banking and all that stuff come tomorrow because we're running out of time. But there's quite a few changes out there.
We're not running out of time.
Oh, we never run out of time. I know the guy who owns the radio station. You don't. But, format. Yeah, and again, Econdas, you want to call yourself a Care Bear, that's fine, well and good. You may consider me a Care Bear at this point, but I'm a merchant. But I tell you what, I'm a merchant that's going to put up a fight too. As I got some whoop ass hidden back there, and again, what you see on my character is not my true stats because I've done a good job at masking that. And of course, I don't need to do that by hiding my helmet so somebody can't see the extra 55,000 strength I've got on it. I just don't get it. I don't get the whole idea of it. PvP, non-PvP. It's been a discussion. The community has nixed time and time again. Portalarium nixed it time and time again, and then out of the blue,
give me my faction system. I want my faction system.
Give me factions. Give me something that can work. You know what? How about? And
I don't want just 2 factions. I want 4. 4 factions.
Yeah, we're going to work on hiding helmets, but my custom Duke head, that I paid for. I don't get shit like that, and I know there's no comparison to the two. But how about factions? How about something that we can use that might work in PvP a little bit, get more people involved? Again, I don't see the PvP here. We cater too much to a amount of people we don't have a whole lot of here, and I've always been vocal about it, and we'll continue to be. We're catering to a non, facepalm city over here. But we'll get into more of those updates. What do you say? Do we want to really leave them with a facepalm, and we'll let them hear what Chris had to say?
Yeah, we can let them hear what Chris had to say, and then we can move along. So Chris did update his blog again, and it's one where, I gotta find that. It's that time of the release, the time when I finally have all the other stuff done and can just focus on the balance stuff and things I think need to be changed. Quick brain dump of the changes he made yesterday.
Need to be changed.
Yeah. Most summoned pets should now be working as they should have always been working. All elementals, demons, and phoenix pets were set to do a fixed amount of damage that didn't scale up with power. I just fixed this. Before the fix, with all the skills at 100, Earth Elementals would hit for 2 to 12-ish damage, or average around 7. After the change with skills set at 100, he was hitting for 25 to 35 with 60-point damage crits. Yay! Someone's actually working. Etheric feedback time window was expanded by 1 second after discovering the bonus only applied if you completed the spell before the window closed. I've never used that skill anyway, so I don't know. Yeah. Stun locking improvements. Now you'll be able to permanently stun lock everybody else again.
Dun, dun, dun.
Another tough nut to crack on best options to prevent stun locking in PvP without breaking PvE and keeping stun a meaningful effect. Shroud math. Current improvement I just added was to make it so that you get the crowd control resist boost when you get hit by the stun mez root. But then you also get another resist boost if you burly. So players who actively work to break stuns will gain resist at twice the rate. I don't know anybody that enjoys being stunned at any point in time in PvE or PvP.
Oh, I love having my ankles tied up by roots when I'm out there. It makes me feel so...
trapped? Screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pull skill has had its max range reduced 1 meter, and the window where you can damage people with it also moved in a meter to keep the window the same size. Yeah. Because taking a 6-foot long stick and then reaching it out and pulling somebody in
from 12 feet
away, only 6 feet out. Yeah. Has been reduced to 9 feet. I guess is what it's saying. I don't know.
Shroud ban.
And the polearm max crit damage reduced from 2.5 to 2.25 to soften the biggest hits a hair. And then smelling salts will no longer clear PvP transitions, really just a bug fix. Then we have the Bacchanal's belt. Don't forget, if you're looking to buy one, you can always find one from what's his name? No. It's what's his face. Smokes a lot, drinks a lot.
Yep. 500K could be yours.
Yep. That will no longer add infinite strength if you get infinitely drunk.
Infinitely drunk.
What the fuck? Why would you do that?
Well, actually, it wasn't infinite. It maxed out at 210 strength points, but even then, that's insane.
Yeah, but still, you have to deal with all the drunk effects and everything else, and it should actually make all your other skills completely useless. So it would be really good for hauling stuff and pugilism.
Again, my understanding that it was only supposed to be effective when you were using pugilism, but apparently that was not the case. So you can be insanely drunk with an additional 210 strength shooting arrows at a dragon and be taking a dragon down with 2 shots because of the insane strength thanks to the belt, I'm guessing.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
Yep.
And last but not least,
massive update to boss loot packages to ensure you always get something that isn't trash, even if it is just a gem or a potion.
Yeah. Just stick it to those alchemists again. That's right. One more time. Let's stick it to the alchemists.
Yeah. So 8 players taking on that one boss mob will get 1 imbued health potion.
Oh, and guess what? There's a nice shiny new sound out there. So every time an artifact drops, you get a ding.
That's in the patch notes.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's a ding. We'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
But yes, those are the things that we know that we're sitting here face palming over today, wondering why, just why. I know that there's a lot of things that many of us would like to see being worked on, over things that have already been debated and poo-pooed by the rest of the world, and I just don't get it sometimes. I really don't. But hey, we're just the messengers here. We're not the ones who did it. We're just telling you about it. Of course, you can go ahead and give us some feedback. Of course, thank you guys who are all joined in today on today's feedback. And of course, we are the only show on the air 5 days a week that welcomes you to come on in, join us in chat, in text chat or in game, and come tell us about your feelings and join in the topics
everywhere.
Yes,
because we are 2 idiots interpreting the news.
Yeah, we don't know nothing. We just interpret the news as we see it. We've never been here before. We've never seen any of this. Never debated any of these topics. We don't know nothing. But anyway, moving right along, got to tell you quickly about the NBNN Shroud Avatar app available in the Google Play Store, the Apple iTunes Store, or the Amazon App Store. All sorts of great things in the app, from the NBNN Daily Britannian to the radio stations, our podcast. You can shop the marketplace, or you can check out the daily calendar of events. Also hosted right here on NBNN and brought to you by our friends at Hometown Hero every day.
That's right. That community calendar is on nbnn.info. Just click on that thing that says calendar on there, and then you too can see the Google public calendar that is the NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar, and look at all those calendars that Laz has connected to it. And that's all the ones that he knows about that are related to Shroud of the Avatar. And if you have a Google public calendar related to Shroud, or if you want to add events to the NBNN Shroud community calendar, you need to email that guy, news@nbnn.info, and he'll do something with it eventually.
Taken care of.
And I may or may not read it off, depending on how I'm feeling. But Monday through Friday, 12 Central and 6 Central, around the clock, can always tune in your ether amplifiers to Wadia Radio Free Britannia to listen to two idiots interpreting the news, so you don't have to on a little show called Lunch with us. At 7 p.m. on Wadia Radio Free Britannia is the 70s at 7, and the final event of the evening is also on Wadia Radio Free Britannia, and that's the Wecked Womb. And that's our community calendar for this Tour to Thursday.
That's right. Don't forget you're watching Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Cinesist, or twitch.tv/NBNN News. We do thank you for watching and joining us, and we appreciate all your support. With your support, we've been able to stay here for 3.5 years. Can you imagine we've been on the air that long doing this crap? I tell you what, nobody should be watching this stuff that long.
No, it's bad for your mental and emotional health, so stop doing it.
Don't do it. But thank you, everybody, for all your support. We do appreciate it. If you'd like to become a supporter, don't forget that Crypto Coin is accepted over on Jackstream, cryptocurrency. You can go to any of our sites and click on the donate buttons and drop us some coin there. You can cheer live on the studio stream while you're watching our streams. You can become a patron or a sponsor by going to patreon.com/NBNN. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub to your favorite streamers every month, and we'd appreciate it if you use those on our streams. Of course, the Amazon Prime has to be done monthly, so please, if you've subbed once, go back and double check and do it again every month. We do appreciate it. Don't cost you nothing but a couple seconds of your time. And, of course, you'll get our undying love. The airyfun.org doing the greatest stuff out there for gamers out there. And I believe we're going to have some stuff and news coming out for you guys shortly. Don't forget, we also got a party coming up we'll be telling you about soon to support the Airy Fund. So don't forget, become a supporter today and play for a cause. Check out the airyfund.org. Of course, SodaCon Austin 2018. That's right. YOLO. Gonna be playing some Stones. The King's Dinner, I hear. I hear all sorts of great stuff going on out there. You might get to meet some other people that you haven't seen in a long time. As well as, of course, active developers that are there who are going to be attending. Going to be a great event. Tickets still on sale. Go to SodaConAustin.org for more information. Legit from our good friends at Hometown Hero. Don't forget HometownHero.com for all your vape juice needs. Use the promo code NBNN. Save 20% off at HometownHero.com. Coil More Wands and Schroeder's Music Service. The Britannian Mining Company for all your crafting goods. Relics by Rild for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. Don't forget, you'll save 10% at relicsbyrild.com. Promo code NBNN. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest in news and entertainment 24/7 on your in-game radios, and of course on WRFB.rocks or RadioFreeBritannia.com for those of you folks who are listening in the real world. And last but definitely not least, I tell you what, Marketplace has just made me a happy camper this month. My birthday month, and I tell you what, this Marketplace just is not giving up. And you know what? I've still got time left in this month to break some sales records, so
hey,
also make a little bit more money for that SodaCon trip. So, you know, like our good friend Skeggy Media coming in from across the pond over there. You know, need a little help from you guys. Get a little extra cash money for my SodaCon trip, because that stuff ain't cheap either.
Yep. Oh, Econdis, thank you. I love you.
Ooh, 69 bits.
That's
dog.
Right. That's right. Econdis, thank you. Love you. But don't forget ShroudMarketplace.com. Over 130 different players registered as vendors at Shroud Marketplace. I can't remember the exact number, but it is a lot. Each Each vendor is responsible for setting their own prices and maintaining their own inventory. So you get all kinds of great stuff at Shroud Marketplace, and that means anything that is not a bannable offense. So you've got accounts, game gold, crowns of the obsidian, all the way to artifacts, rares, deco packs from the Deco Divas. You can find those under decorations and indoor decorations. Go find the Deco Divas. Or you can always go find Skeggy Media's shop. He's one of the featured vendors, or Armelian shop. And if you really wanted to find Laz's shop, you can find that too, or my shop. Definitely go visit my shop, buy all my stuff.
Weddings and more. Not just
Genesis stuff,
but a whole lot more.
Anything and everything, including services. You have to check out some of these services, from Bambi's Gusball host a game service to power hours, all kinds of leveling services out there, crafting services. In Scrota's music service, where $5 gets you
anything you want. Including
That's right, including Scrota playing Britney Spears on the set today, or just some dude like offering Britney a wedding Spears package. Hey, man. I just think it's hilarious that I can recognize Britney Spears songs.
There you go.
Yeah. But yes, I can. But
That's
anything
right.
and everything. If you want to start selling on Shroud Marketplace, you do need to register an account. Then on the left-hand side, click on vendor registration. Go ahead and start listing.
It's easy.
Then from there, I know. And then start selling your stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, man.
I tell you what, Marketplace has been good, and we don't joke. I mean, when we really tell you that people are selling everything from teleports and recalls, and we laugh because we actually sell them. I mean, it's just people have a need. It's
kind of like that other. There was another vendor that did temporarily get into the teleports and recall scrolls, and they severely undercut us. And then in game, they had to come buy the scrolls from us.
Yes,
so,
and we bankrupted him of his gold because he had to pay full price to. But anyway, yes, great place to get good stuff. Great place to get stuff like deeds. A lot cheaper than you can get in the regular add-on store. So if you're looking to buy a lot deed, you're looking to move on up from a row lot to a village lot, a village to a town, check Shroud Marketplace before you go buy retail, because more times than not, you're going to save a bunch of money over at shroudmarketplace.com. But we are way over time, as usual. We have no time limit. We're supposed to be out of here like an hour ago. No.
Before the show started, we were supposed to be out of here
today. Yeah. But yes, we'll be back with more, including the weekend roundup tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Check out Jamalam's strength. Or someone's got 255 strength on set. Bye-bye.